And the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, at Ayers Rock, he's crying, trying to tell the Australian people about the voice to Parliament, about we need an Aboriginal voice. There's only one thing I've ever heard the Aboriginal voice in this country say, and it said they wish we weren't here and that we wish we'd all go fucking home. Now, I'm not gonna go fucking home. Right? I quite like it here. I especially like this beach. But if we can put that aside for a second, I'm gonna stand up and speak for all fucking Aboriginal people. Myself not even knowing whether I am fucking Aboriginal or not. Because who the fuck knows? And I'm gonna say that 5% deposits on houses, if I could translate on behalf of the Aboriginal people, you can go and shove that up your fucking ass, you fucking hypocritical fucking piece of shit. You can go and fucking shove it right up your fucking ass. You can fuck off back to fucking Italy, which is where the name Albanese comes from, and you can take that fucking communist garbage and fucking burn in a fucking pit, you fucking nugget. That's what I think the Aboriginal voice collectively would say to Anthony Albanese if they understood, based on the translation of financial matters, what I've just said. Because that would be the equivalent of, say you're a pretty well-to-do fucking Aboriginal bloke fucking 10,000 years ago, and you set yourself up a nice little beach. Occasionally you fish and you hunt and you go and hang out in your tribe every now and then and do this other stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of projecting a little bit. But that would be like having a large group of fucking tribes send their fucking rejects that don't care about where you are. They overfish where you are. They fucking pollute where you are. They're fucking noisy. They won't shut up. All these fucking things. And then telling them that they now fucking own your beach. That's what 5% deposits are in Aboriginal language, I think. There'd be a whole lot more, swearing and stuff. And that's, listen, if you look down on Aboriginals because they swear, they've got fucking reason to swear. And also, it's a pretty common phenomenon that when you learn a language, it's kind of one of the first things you learn. Give them time. We've been speaking this language for a long time. It doesn't mean that they're not intelligent, that they're not... It's just a linguistic phenomenon. And I'm trying to hold back my own swears in this moment when I fucking just translate. This isn't me claiming to be Aboriginal or me claiming to be the Aboriginal voice. It's me just translating on what I've condensed the Aboriginal voice to be on my 38 years of hanging around. And by the time, I'm starting the trend early. I'm saying, look, my family's been on this beach for 180 years. I reckon pretty soon, as if they keep letting these 5% fucking mortgages, I'm pretty sure we're going to be fucking like this, being the Aboriginal people. And all the other families that have been here that long, including the convicts. Because this is Australia. This isn't fucking Airbnb fucking ownership paradise in which you can fucking go through the sofa and find all the coins in there and then live next to someone who's worked their fucking ass off for their entire life. If you want a house, save the fucking money. Yeah? We're not going into fucking communism because you can only get a job at fucking McDonald's. That's a social problem. So take your 5%, right, and do what Australians do. Buy a tent, find a beach that no one's on, which there is an abundance of, and set up fucking camp and figure out how you're going to save up the fucking 20% deposit that you need. Now, this is where, if that socialist fucking government, the Labor Party, the communist fucking bullshit fucking artists, the Labor Party, and their fucking head dunce, Anthony Albanese, if they spark up and say there's a problem with people camping on a beach, as long as they're neat and tidy and you don't make a mess and you don't start fires and you don't start fights, you don't do other bullshit, you don't make big villages in the fucking dunes, you camp. Perhaps you and your fucking girlfriend or whatever, that's it. Don't fucking congregate in these areas. Find a little quiet area and look after it and keep it fucking quiet. Yeah? Then I will defend you to the full extent of my abilities, to the full extent of my life, because this is Australia. This isn't fucking Rome. This isn't some fucking slave camp, fucking Chinese Maoist bullshit. This is Australia. Now, most of the northern parts of Australia, you don't even need a house. It's ridiculous. None of the Aboriginal, here's a tip, none of the Aboriginal people here were here for 60,000 years. They didn't live in houses, so we don't fucking need them. And I look here. Now this is, I'm splaying stuff out because it's drying, because it got wet because of the rain, because I moved and I wouldn't have been in there anyway. It's a long story, but I'm taking up about 4 square meters of beach. Right? If this stuff wasn't all brightly coloured, no one would ever fucking know I was here. Now that's about 1/20th the size of every single house that I see littered around the fucking shore, which is how the Aboriginal people would have seen it. So if you want a voice to Parliament, that's the voice. A house and its value is based on how much it pissed off the fucking Aboriginal people. Right? They didn't have houses. It is a type of pollution in the Aboriginal thing. So if we're on Aboriginal country and all this stuff, you have to accept that. Yeah, that's why they're expensive. They cost shitloads to fucking power and run and do it. It's annoying. It's a type of fucking tax. Owning a house is a type of tax. Now, it does have some benefits. It will appreciate value and you can make money out of it and you always have somewhere to go. And in Tasmania, it gets pretty fucking cold. So it makes more sense. But this urban sprawl, suburban fucking garbage, that's a con. Because no one needs to live in a fucking house. You just do not need to. We are not in fucking Iceland. We're not even in England, the majority of us. From like basically, I don't know, whatever degree up. It's subtropics, Mediterranean tropics. It's like the houses in the Mediterranean were built for storage of grain and for security. You do not need to live in a house. So why is he conning you to continue the lie that you do? And if you've got a house, you're already paying a mortgage off, or you've just moved here, you bought a house, or whatever, or you're renting, and you have a problem with someone living in a tent, and you vote Labor, then you've just come full circle in the fucking parade of fucking hypocrisy. Haven't you? Because as I said, no Aboriginal people lived in fucking houses. So where are we? We're in Australia. You have the right to live neatly without litter, without noise, without destruction of the fucking place. If you can harmoniously live somewhere, you have that right. So do that. Yeah, especially, here's the hot tip. Here's the hottest of all hot tips that there is. If you've got yourself a nice little lady and you think that it's going to be fucking all wonderful and all this stuff, and you're thinking about a family and a house and kids, go and live in a fucking tent. And go and do it for 6 months, 8 months. You're not poor me, look at me, I'm living in a tent. That's what I would be doing. Like, to celebrate. That's what I'd be doing if... Do you know what I mean? Trust me. That's the top. That's the top. If you were young, living in a tent with your girlfriend or boyfriend, you've got fuck all bills, you've got fuck all, like, responsibilities, really. That's the height. That will be the best time you've ever had. So appreciate it. And it's a good trial to make sure you're not shacking up with the wrong bird or the wrong fella. Because that, in the long run, will cause you a whole lot more stress than being fucking homeless. Being homeless is like a mosquito bite. Being permanently tied to a vicious fucking psychopath is hell. It's absolute hell. And I could line up probably 400,000 men over the last 30 years that will tell you that exactly the same thing, and women, you know, but there's a lot of men, and the reason it's men is because of this con about houses, and the place that I blame for that current con is the block, because I've experienced the contestants that they get on the block, and they're fucking scum as well. So yeah, from one Australian. And these seagulls, look at this. This is what 5% fucking, they're 5% deposits, and these fellas here that are just catching all the fish, look at, they're catching all the fish, right? They're under the water and at other work. They've developed a little niche skill set, right? And these seagulls here are like, oh, piss off, let me have 5% deposits. I want 5% deposits. And these fellas here are like, fuck off. Fuck off, go tell Albanese to fuck off. He wasn't even serious when he fucking cried at Ayers Rock. He's a fucking lion dog cunt. Let's fucking stream up. That's what they'd be saying if there were more of them. Look at Africa. But there aren't more of them. But there gradually is more, you know, people that are feeling the same way that aren't fucking necessarily that colour. Look at any fish they just bought. They're just like, yeah, fucking stroll through. They know the time, they know the place. They just stroll through, grab some fish, and the seagulls are like, why can't we do this? And that's because of 5% deposits. And that is a story from the land. That's down here on the land. On the beach here, telling you a story about the world, about the circle of life, and about fucking bullshit fucking communism in the form of 5% deposits. Because all that 5% deposit really is to do is for a big fucking shark called fucking BlackRock. They want that big shark there to have a fucking never-ending supply of fucking defaults on their fucking mortgages, so that they can affect the entire mortgage rate and the whole fucking economy and the whole housing market, so that they can scrape up. Well, it's actually not a shark, because the shark would actually be nice. This is a fucking trawler, like a deep Soviet Russian trawler that just trawls up all the houses that we don't even need to live in. Makes the government bulldoze tents while crying at Ayers Rock, saying that every fucking Aboriginal person needs a house, despite them never actually needing a house ever in their entire fucking 60,000 year existence. Seagulls are better than our guys. At least the seagulls. You know, they do something.